Hello and welcome back to our continuing adventures on the Let's Defend platform. Sorry about the lighting. I got some overheads that apparently have decided to stop working, so I'll have to see about taking care of that later. That's neither here nor there. So we are taking a whack at the Steg Stegano Stegano uh, challenge, medium. Oh, let's see, what do we get? We are certain that there's something malicious in this image, but we do not know what it is, so we need you to investigate it and see if you can find any evidence. So we've got a provided by the file location, a Windows VM. Oh yeah, WSL username. Let's defend, let's defend. Okay, let's spin up the lab environment. Let's confirm you are a human. Place the dot at the end of the car's path. Okay, that's interesting. Or if that means that there was an issue with bots. All right, so that's going to spin up. So let's go through what do we have? 5 questions. Who is the device manufacturer according to the metadata? What is the CMM type? What is the tool that created the payload inside the image? After decoding the payload, can you find out the function's name? And then there are 2 hidden executables in the decoded payload. What is the SHA-256 hash of the 32-bit version of the executable? Well, okay then. Go lay down, Onyx. It's okay. Got the dog trying to push at my elbow. Like, let me in underneath the desk. It's like, yeah, no. Please no. And then I've got to be uncomfortable. I prefer to be comfortable, as I'm sure just about everybody would. Okay, so we got that. Let's take a look at the hints and try to get some sort of idea. Okay, so we're going to have to use EXIF tool. Look at the metadata. It's a famous PowerShell tool. You can search on Google. Find a decoder via Google. Security researcher. Hack for Careers created a tool to decode the payload. Okay, so then while we're waiting on that, let's just go ahead and do a search for Hack for Career. So I have to go through. Oh, hello, malicious image. That seems rather apt for what we're dealing with right now. And look at that. What's the first thing or well, I guess not technically the first thing, but what is the item that sits at the middle paragraph on the metaphorical middle of the screen? The invoke-ps image tool, which allows you to insert PowerShell code into the pixels of a PNG image. So I don't suppose this would just be. I mean, I don't know if it's a PNG image, but okay, so we do have that. So let's see, what's the tool used to create? Well, we're just going to take a wild guess because one thing leads to another. Let's see. Hey, look at that. a complete wild guess was actually worth it. Alright, so I want to extend this out for a little bit. And then I want to claim I'm having trouble. And then we want to bring up remote desktop connection. Because I would rather do it in a remote desktop window. Let's defend. Confirm the login, and okay, bing, a bang, a boom. Alright, so let us readjust because we have a window that is not showing up. There we go. So there is our stuff. So if we go ahead and open up challenge file, it's a PNG. Hooray. And so if we open up the PNG file, it's a bunch of shirts. So like, what, street view of a... Yeah, I don't know. But I mean, if you were just to look at this, you would not gather the fact that there would be anything here. Or at least nothing immediate. And if we pulled up properties, actually what we want to do is extract that out. First and foremost, let's do the simple enough first. All right, that pops out. Now if we open this up and we take a look at details, we don't have anything here, so we're gonna have to likely pull off exif tool. And I'm assuming that we did not. No, so we don't have a local copy. So the real question is, why would I bother with any of this? I don't really need a hash calculator or anything else. It's like if we just said screw it and opened up a notepad. You can sometimes log out. But I don't think we're gonna. Not so much with that. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I don't really care about new things in Chrome. Thank you. They made a GUI. I'm always interested in when any of these tools have actual freaking GUI. Drag and drop files and folders onto. Okay, which is exactly what we're looking to do. So if we take we'll go challenge file, open it in a window, move this over here, and we take our PNG and we drop onto here. So we get a decent amount of information. So we are looking for CMM and we are looking for device manufacturer. So we get CMM flags, not embedded, independent. So can we just say independent? No. No, there might be something more in there. So let's see. Device manufacturer is Hewlett Packard, as there is literally a line for device manufacturer. So I'm just going to highlight that and right click so it gets copied. And we're going to paste in. We're going to submit. And there we go. That's question 1 and question 3. So question 2, CMM type, which apparently is something different from CMM flags. So it's megapixels. No, nothing. EXIF tool not found. Oh, geez. I guess it's a good thing that there's a copy right here. Let's just copy that into the GUI. Really? It's like right there. That's interesting here. I was thinking you would actually be able to find it. Apparently not. Okay, so the GUI is effectively useless. Okay. Well, you know what? Here's what we're just gonna do. We're just gonna make the downloads directory our let's dump stuff considering the fact this is just gonna go away. So let's see. I need to do exif tool and then it's SD and it should be able to finish it out. Okay, now we get the whole thing there. Oh, that is the whole thing. Press enter. Okay. So somewhere in the metadata there should be something else besides. All right, so what is CMM type? I don't think it's coordinate measuring machines. How about we do PNG? So what are our available options? Yeah, I don't really. Clip art. what is it, 26 centimeters is what they're trying to sit there and do? Yeah, likely. So two handy websites, which is probably going to be my new tool, PS ImageDecoder.py. All right, so they have been able to sit there and put something together, so we will have to follow up in regards to that. But I'm still left wondering. It's not independent. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. So whatever it is, it's got to be roughly 10 characters, but oh, okay. If I pay a little bit closer attention, it's profile CMM type from the metadata. Oh, so it looks like Linotronic is the answer. That looks to be about right. So then we need to verify anything else. So let's go ahead and we're going to copy this. And since we're into RDP, all that fun stuff, we can, on the local file system, open up Windows Explorer, go straight to my Let's Defend folder, open up the samples, and paste directly inside. And then we will just upload those to the files that they previously mentioned. So useful tools, forms layer analysis on the image. Okay. I guess the other aspect would be too, I could just go back and try dumping it like that. Please select an image. Sure, why not? We're using downloads as my directory. Unexpected error. Okay, fine then. I'll try to do the zip file. I would laugh if... Actually, let's take a look. So what I'm wondering is whether or not the copy was interrupted because my local AV on the local host actually saw something wrong with that PNG, and it's just like, yeah, nuts to that. doesn't seem like it does a whole hell of a lot, considering the fact that it is not moving or doing a dang thing. Alright, so there's the decoder that they made mention of. So if we go out of here and we do PS image decoder and run it, let's see what we get. Hey, look at that. EV finally came up. Let's see. No, that's just device scanning alerts. So, oh my god. Well, that sucked because I don't have a repeatable. Actually, let's just do this. Decoder underscore output dot text run. So it'll do the needful and pop it out there. And we can just take a look at that. Okay, so we need to decode the payload and find out the function name. And then we need to pull out two executables, which might end up being just all the like PowerShell script that might be in there. Maybe. It's done. It's done. All right, let's open it up inside of. So we're looking for the function, should be something dash something. Hey, look, it's main. Oh, look at that. Set current directory. And then we get a x64 edition and a Win32. And they were kind enough to include the hashes. And they were actually right. Okay. All right. So down near the bottom for system.io.directory set current directory $PWD directly below that near the bottom. So if you were to follow the same process, you're looking at line 2733, where it basically spells out the SHA-256 hash. And they even were so nice to go through and actually already have it run through a virus total analysis with a nice easy link for you to be able to click. So that's nice. Uh, excuse me. Find a decoder tool. Security features is created a tool to decode the payload. So it's what? Two. So it's 6 dash something else. Hmm. I don't suppose it's invoke command, is it? Nope. Of course, that would just be, too easy. I guess the first thing I should ask is, okay, so yeah, there's the base 64 for the PE bytes. But that doesn't help. I mean, we've got it decoded. Great. But what function name are we looking for here is the question. Because we found main. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Is it really that easy? I was making it harder than what it had to be. So yes, it is invoke dash mimikatz. We get that from line 5, again, if you are outputting the decoder um, results to a text file, like what I did. Um, it would be line 5. So the first 3 are decorative. You get a bunch of equal signs across to subdivide. You get a title for 3. So about decoder and the rights. You get another divider, and then it's decoding payload, and then the very next section, function space invoke dash mimikatz. So this whole thing is effectively to kick out mimikatz, at least according to that. So just because of the fact that I want to be difficult, I mean, heaven forbid, right? So let's go ahead and bring up virus total, and we will take the hash 32-bit version of whatever's here, and we will submit that. We will go to the other one, bring that up, and we will submit it with the 64-bit hash as documented. Oh, so they're just the Mimicat binaries. With fairly good detection ratios. And considering the fact I'm just going to put these in my notes, let's just go ahead and have it reanalyze all of them. And of course, now we must prove we are human. But what if I'm a robot in a human body? I guess technically, would that make me a cyborg at that point? So I wouldn't technically be lying by saying that I'm not a robot? Eh. Alright, so we'll get those spun back up. And so let's see, I think this one was 50 out of 50 out of 70 before. It's now 54 out of 71. So who doesn't detect this? Is there anybody here that I'm actually surprised by? Really? Palo Alto doesn't? But that's really about it. I mean, maybe an extent Acronis, but we get 55 out of 71 for the 64-bit. Who's missing on this? Is it more the same? So Cronus, Vera, but is there two Cronuses or just one? Just one. Okay. I don't know if maybe they had like static machine learning and as to whether or not if there was like, I don't know, cloud or something else. Palo Alto again. Cyber Reason, really? Not able to process. Okay, so how about like the big three players would be what? Cyber Reason, Sentinel One, and CrowdStrike. So Cyber Reason can't process for whatever reason. Sentinel One marks it as malicious, portable executable, which okay. CrowdStrike, 100%. I mean, also the kind of sad thing is when Clam AV can slam dunk on you. Oh, good lord. Okay, well, all right, now I just need to sit there and put everything else together and get this kicked out. And this is going to be another semi-short one. I'm not entirely sure if I would really count it as a medium. I guess, yeah, I suppose. Nice middle of the road. I mean, especially if you've never used EXIF tools. If you've never really had any sort of introduction to Stago, um, I have. It was the kind of the big hotness hiding secret messages way back when I was a kid. Um, Realistically, the only time I can think of in recent memory would be what is it, Mr. Robot? All of the documentation the main character would end up putting together. He would dump inside of audio tracks and then make actual CDs, like actual honest to God physical media um, of those WAV or MP3 files and be able, I think they were WAV at that point. So you could put them into a standard like dumb stereo that still had a CD-ROM and it would be able to read them. By the same token, you could sit there and if you needed to recall information on something closed, you could read the WAV file. on the computer and then use whatever tool but in reverse to extract the stuff out. So it's not just images where this stuff has happened. We've got audio. I'm sure there's probably video. Um, because if you can do it to one, you should be able to do it to the other, you would think. And I know that there's also been discussion in regards to game assets, so like 3D models and the like, with stuff being shoved into that. Um, oh, puppy's not happy. But yeah, I just also realized that the remote connection window is in the effing way. Oops. And I'm just gonna go ahead and copy these. We're gonna make another directory. Oops. I spelled it like I'm actually like a serial killer. Everything inverted. Oops. I'll fix that later. So yeah, then we don't have much of anything else here. I don't think I have to sit there and waffle anymore either. I think that's effectively it. So, same aspect. I will sit there and get the list of tools together, and we will dump them into the video descriptions. That way, everything's all put together. Um, this was fun. It's been a while since I've played with um, anything Stego. So let's go ahead and get this shut down, and that goes away. And so I realized that when I was making there and doing the discussions, the web browser window wasn't fully available. So yeah, this is the 32-bit. So there's your major players. If you want to go like actual AV, so Bitdefender picks it up. Oh yeah, Silence would be the fourth place aspect for the machine learning aspect. ESET. Where's the other big one? Kaspersky. Although they don't have it named Mimikatz, but it's just a generic heuristic detection. And for whatever reason, Cyber not kicking those off. But he's picking it up. And then the 64-bit edition, so you got Silence, you got CrowdStrike, you got ESET, Kaspersky, again with a generic. You got your Bitdefender. Sentinel-1. But then again, Cyber not able to process the file. Given the fact that they're executables, you would think that that would be something it would be all over, but whatever. Okay, so there we go. That has been ImageStegano. Hey, image stenography. How about that? Nope, I am nowhere close to the first. Well, first 10, which is fine. I don't have to be. I'm not in it for that. But so, okay, there we go. That has been this particular challenge and 5 questions with 5 answers and a little bit of Windows VM magic. With all that being said, I'll see everybody in the next video.